Check out this email I got the other day. Hi there! I came across your YouTube channel and was wondering if you ever do product reviews or influencer campaigns. If you do, we'd love to have you in our network doing commissioned videos and product reviews. We're an influencer marketing platform that helps connect small business and medium-sized brands, yada yada yada. If you've made the transition from creative to creative influencer, or if you haven't yet but are interested in doing so, it will cost you nothing as an influencer, and we'd be very happy to have you in the family. Aww. While the typical experience, blah blah blah, we're excited to have recently launched a new system where you, as an influencer, can view what brands are looking for and interact with them directly. You get the point. It is the first of what I'm sure will be many such invitations to join various networks if my channel does continue to grow over time. I've heard from other folks who do similar things that this is a common occurrence, and yet for me it represents a nice little milestone where somehow my channel is big enough to receive this lovely invitation to join the family. But that's not to say I do not take my position seriously. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with being an influencer, a trendsetter, a fashion icon. The reach that I have with my tens of viewers is a burden I take quite seriously in this media-driven world of ours. So do not fear. I shall put my best face forward and continue to represent the Josh Yaks media brand with pride. You happen to be watching my 100th YouTube video, and I happen to be recording it on almost the 2-year anniversary of my very first upload. That first video was put onto YouTube on the 13th of October 2017, and in the just over 100 weeks since then, I have uploaded now 100 videos. I know, I can't believe it's been 2 years already. It feels more like 5. So with these two milestones sort of happening at once, I was initially thinking that I would do something fun and creative and celebratory in terms of making a unique video to upload on this occasion. However, life has found a way to send me into an all-new circle of hell over the past couple of weeks, and I got to the point where I realized I could put on the proverbial clown makeup and do my proverbial song and dance for you, or I could just keep being genuine with you and keep being honest with you about how I'm presenting myself via YouTube. So instead of faking it for you and doing something wacky and crazy, I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to celebrate what I've accomplished so far and talk a little bit about my goals for the future. So the first question I have to ask myself is, why did I think this was a good idea 2 years ago when I set out to become a video maker? And there's a two-part answer to this. The first part is the less fun part, and that is simply a desire to have financial freedom again. I don't want to be chained to my disability income for the remainder of my life. So as unlikely as it is to ever achieve financial success through creative efforts such as YouTubing, I need to at least put my very best effort into it and try to gain some financial freedom again. But the second, less practical aspect of that answer is just this need I have to express myself creatively. Creatively? It's a creative way to say creatively. But the less practical part of that answer is I have this need within myself to express myself creatively in various ways. It's sort of the one thing that gives me some sense of fulfillment when I'm able to create something. And as a result, it really helps to hold together my sanity as well. So anyways, here's the truth about the time commitment of creating videos. Sometime back, a viewer asked me how much time it takes me to make a video. Presumably, this viewer was watching the outtakes at the end of one of my videos and realized, well, I guess there's a lot more recording going on behind the scenes than appears in the final product. So I decided to give it a bit of thought. And in the past, I've heard the statistic that for 1 minute of final video on screen, there's about an hour of work that goes into the video itself. And that seemed a little high to me until I actually sat down and started to think about all the time that I spend planning a video, writing the script, setting up to record, hopefully at a single location for less work, but occasionally at multiple locations, filming the video, packing up my gear again, editing the video, hopefully not having to go back and re-record anything, uploading it to YouTube, and then subsequently reading and replying to comments, which is the fun and rewarding part of the whole process. But what it made me realize was that 1 hour of work per minute of final video is, I would say, the least amount of time I spend on a video. It might be closer, in fact, to 1.5 hours of work per minute of video. To provide a single example of a time-consuming part of the process that you might not actually realize as a viewer, when I use other people's photos in my videos, I seek out that person, I ask for permission to do so, and if they grant that permission, I ask how they want me to credit them in my video for their photo. This is important to me as a creator. If I'm going to use somebody else's creative work in order to enhance my own work, I feel that asking permission and giving credit are simply the right thing to do. But anyhow, that's all just to illustrate one example of a time-consuming process that might not be immediately obvious to somebody who's viewing a video. So let's go back to that stat of 1 hour of work per minute of video that's on screen and sort of break that down according to what I've accomplished over the past 2 years on my channel here. Prior to this video, I had created 99 videos with a total playtime of 1,625 minutes, which is just over 27 hours, and which results in an average playtime of 16.4 minutes per video. So sticking with my minimum number of an hour of work per minute, I spent 1,625 hours working on videos over the past 2 years / 104 weeks. This means that in an average week, I spend a little under 16 hours working on video-related stuff, which is equivalent to 2 full-time workdays, except that I'm doing much of this work in the evenings after all my other tasks as a house husband and father of 2 energetic young boys are completed. If I was working a 40-hour work week on this stuff, the 1,625 hours I've put into my first 99 videos represents 40.6 full-time work weeks, or just over 10 months of vacation-free work. So the next question this leads to is, how much money have I made for those thousands of hours of effort over the past couple of years? Well, first of all, I need to total up my expenses to subtract from the income. So my expenses total probably a few grand when I take into account the money spent on cameras, microphones, lighting, editing software, theme music, a computer that, unlike my old PC, can actually handle video editing and other incidentals. And I need to subtract that from all the sources of income that have opened up as a result of my YouTube channel. So the income totals $0. And that works out to negative a few grand, which, I mean, I've got my bag ready to go here, but yeah, so far quite empty. Not only that, but I'm only about 1/4 of the way towards making a few pennies from YouTube per video that I upload, because from what I understand about YouTube's AdSense program, I think that's what it's called when you start making money through YouTube. Last I had heard, you need 1,000 subscribers and your videos have to have a total watch time of 4,000 hours over the previous 12 months, all as a bare minimum you need to just get your toe into that AdSense program and start making your first few pennies from your video work. As far as where I'm at after 2 years of effort, I have 244 subscribers as of recording this video, which, as you can see, is not quite 1/4 of what I need to reach that 1,000 subscribers, but at least I'm trending upward. I mean, just in the last few weeks, such great subscribers as Deadfish Cinema, Quinty Fleming, and jcliff116 have subscribed to my channel, and of course they are added to the wonderful past subscribers that I have, including such great people as Christian Monteroso, JP DeCos, Ken Toad, Ballant M, and Trevor Allaby, and even Richard Phillips himself is a subscriber, so congratulations, new dad. Hope things are going well. But shifting from subscriber numbers to viewer numbers, here's a weird and confounding fact. I'm lucky if a video that I upload gets more than 1 or 2 dozen views, yet the very first video I ever made, which was about the Fiona Var Tapestry trilogy of fantasy books, a series that are amongst my favorite books of all time, that first video has over 500 views. And then the 6th video I ever made, which was about the board game Gloomhaven, has over 12,000 views. And the 2nd video I ever uploaded, which was about the board game War of the Ring, has more than 24,000 views, which, when you do the math, is 48,000 eyeballs. Unless a significant number of those people are wearing eye patches. I'm really not sure how successful I've been with reaching the pirate demographic. But the point is that no other video I've ever uploaded on YouTube has ever come close to matching the views of those 3 videos, which were amongst the first 6 I ever created. This confounds and frustrates me because when I was creating those very first few videos, I was only just starting to learn the craft of video making, and I can't even watch my own early videos because I find them way too cringy to look at. It's as if I was a painter who was trying to become a professional artist. But people were only ever seeing the first few times where I ever put paint onto canvas. And I wanted to say to those 24,000 people, just check out some of the newer stuff I've done, like my Josh Yaks about his favorite English words video, or my Josh Yaks about an epic road trip fail video, because those are so much more entertaining and interesting in my mind. I mean, I do hope they've enjoyed those other videos too, but those are the types of videos I'd want to put in front of people as an example of what I can do given the experience that I now have with creating videos. Anyways, rant over. The other important question, though, is, am I having fun at this point? I've talked about all the work that goes into it, all the effort and time, and I guess it's like anything. There are good things and bad things about the process. By far the bulk of those couple thousand hours of work has been spent editing video, which, as you can imagine, is a pretty tedious task. There's certainly enjoyable moments during the process when I might come up with something fun and unique to do with the video structure, but by and large, it's mostly kind of a drag to be spending that time editing the videos, especially when you're somebody like me who doesn't have the skill to just plop myself in front of a camera and talk for that 16 and a half minutes about whatever I want to talk about. I want to at least see, I can't even get a sentence out without thinking about how best to word things, but I want to present the best that I can to you as the viewer, is what I'm kind of trying to get at, I guess. However, there's something very rewarding when I can finally get that video uploaded and the final product is finished, it's out there on YouTube, and people are watching it and commenting on it. And there's a sense of accomplishment, a sense that I've created something that is at least being enjoyed by a few people out there. But even with the satisfaction that comes with finishing a video and getting it uploaded, if nobody was taking the time to comment on my videos, I would wonder why I was going to all this trouble. Like I said, the real reward is when viewers take the time to interact in the comments section after I post a video. When wonderful people such as Elias Hartmark, John Wampler, Captain Jarvis, Jason Setley, N.Y. Daloth, Connor Elliott, Lee Chin Ho, Tim Teagan, Loki HVE, Copterman, Larry Pennington, and others like them each take the time to engage with the topic that I've presented and share their own point of view so that we can further discuss it, that's when the Frankenstein monster that I've created truly comes to life. I'm so grateful for the truly amazing people who have chosen to walk alongside me as I do this, and I do hope that I can continue to attract equally great humans even as my audience, or if my audience, continues to grow. Of course, I have had a very small amount of negative feedback. Getting my first thumbs down was another milestone experience. But the sort of unfortunate thing is that it is nothing close to the volume of hatred I would receive if I truly achieved success as a YouTuber. It's been super easy to deal with though up to this point, and the overwhelming majority of the responses I've received from you folks has just been amazing. All that being said though, I sort of find myself at a bit of a crossroads after 2 years. The question now is, do I keep grinding and putting in the hours for a couple more years in the hopes of maybe hitting that level of success where there's some financial reward that comes along with it? And if so, how long do I keep that up and keep chasing that particular dream? Or do I just get out of it and shift my focus and my energies into something else, like finally getting my book written that I've been talking about forever, and I just never find the time to do. Time is such a valuable resource, of course, and with my health situation, energy is so limited all the time. But I think that I am going to keep at it for an indefinite period of time unless life completely buries me, which is not an impossibility given my current situation. But in order to keep up that workload, I will be starting a Patreon to see if anyone out there is willing to support what I'm doing on a financial level, which in itself isn't super fun. I hate the idea of asking people for money, but when I stopped to think about that, I realized that I don't hate it as much as I despise our capitalist economic system that requires that we be bombarded with sales pitches all day, every day, and to be made to feel unsatisfied with what we have so that we can give in to our materialist urges to buy more stuff, and that achieving success on YouTube would mean that I would become a cog in some other wealthy person's money-making machine. So when juxtaposed with that, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's probably better that people who appreciate what I do willingly support the work that I do. That being said, I always want my content to be freely available to people who don't have the means to give me financial support, or who have other much better causes to support with their charitable giving, or who simply don't want to give me money, which is totally cool as well. And the truth is, the success that I'm chasing, the thousands of subscribers, the thousands of hours of view time that will get me into a money-making position is all 100% reliant on people such as you taking the time to watch the videos, subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell, and comment on the videos. It's all up to the viewers to feed the algorithms that will get me into that position. Of course, it is up to me to create the content that people want to watch and want to subscribe to, but after that, I'm completely at your mercy. And it's also why every video I bug you with the same plea for the like and the subscribe and all that nonsense. And my final question for myself now is, so what are my goals going forward to the next 100 videos and 2 years of work? I'd like to keep putting out at least 50 videos per year at a minimum. If I can do more than that, that's great, but I need to average at least one per week. I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers, that magic AdSense number, by my next birthday at the end of April 2020, which is now 7 months away, I guess. So I don't know if it's unrealistic to expect to receive 3 times the number of subscribers I got over a 2-year period in 7 months, but I mean, theoretically, as I get more subscribers, that will sort of keep exponentially growing, hopefully. I'm also in the information gathering process of getting a podcast started, and my hope is that by the end of this year, 2019, I will have a podcast up and running, so that in addition to that one video per week, I can also be supporting the whole endeavor with one podcast upload per week too. And then as I grow this vast Josh Yaks media empire, more than anything else, I'm still dying to get that book written, though I don't have any idea where I'll find the time to do that. It's still a goal, but I can't realistically set a time frame for that at this point. And then as I close out this video, I need your feedback. How can I make my channel better going forward? What can I improve? What things can I do with the content I'm creating that would make you want to tell your friends to check out my channel, to watch my videos, and subscribe to my content? I'm always eager for constructive feedback to help myself improve what I'm doing. But most of all, I want to thank you for being here and supporting me. I'll be following up soon with my Patreon information, and I'll be back to my regularly scheduled programming with the next video. And hey, here's to us. Hey, it's Josh. You know why I'm here. Sometimes you just need that friendly reminder to give a little thumb up, to subscribe to the channel, to share the video with somebody who would enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers. You are currently watching my 100th YouTube video. But even with the satisfaction... Wow. Back on the 13th of October 2017, my first video ever was uploaded on the 13th of October 2017, and... oh my god. which is the fun and reporting. It might be closer, in fact. So I don't know if it's unrealistic. Here's a but slipping back a bit with, and I want to say no. And finally, oh.